Hi, and welcome to First Integrity Mortgage Services Chit Chat with Cindy Ballman. Today, I have a very special guest. I have Sue Peters with DRG, a fellow McClure North Star and alum. So thank you so much for joining me today, Sue. It's so good to see you.
Thank you for having me, Cindy.
Of course. Well, we are here to talk about your real estate business, how your expertise in the area is not only a buyer's agent, but also a listing agent. So tell me, how are you ranked amongst the agents in our area?
So for this past year, 2023, there were 14,000 agents in the St. Louis area, and I am ranked within the top two. And that's combined transactions according to volume. So,
Top 2%, right?
2%, top 2%.
That is amazing.
Yes.
That is amazing. I mean, again, there's a lot of real estate agents out there, but they don't do as many transactions as you do. I mean, how many have you done, say, in the past 4 years?
Since 2020, I have had 82 sellers and 80 buyers. So a little over 160 transactions. So I'm very well versed in both the buy side and the sell side.
That's obvious just from your numbers, and that's wonderful. Is there a particular area that you specialize in, like a particular market, particular county? Is there a specialty, or do you go anywhere?
I moved out to St. Charles County in 1999. Before that, we grew up in North County.
Yeah.
So the majority of my business is St. Charles County and followed by North County, Florissant, Hazelwood area. I still help a lot of friends, investors, things like that in those areas. So
Right. Yeah. And again, I guess because we know where we live, I mean, where
Exactly.
we've lived, and that makes it really
Yeah.
a big deal. So, okay, good.
Absolutely, yeah, important to know the school district and the shops and highways and how long it takes for you to get to and from work, in any given area at any given time. So
Yeah. And that makes you an expert, and that is great. Yeah, that's awesome. How do you get most of your business?
most of my business comes from referrals and past clients. I'd say about 70%. The other 30% comes from leads such as Zillow or people calling into the office. My broker provides those.
Okay. And that's, I mean, again, the fact that you get a lot of referral business speaks to how much people have actually appreciated your services in the past. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And that, again, I think that's
Makes
key.
you feel good, for sure.
Right. I mean, people respect you and they go, no, you need to call Sue. And I think that's
Right.
always a
Whole
good
trust
thing.
thing.
Yeah. What are some of the items that when people do go want to list their home, what do you tell them that some maybe the simple things they can do to kind of make the house more presentable or saleable?
So the easier things are just declutter. If you're moving, pack half your stuff away. If it's winter, pack all your summer stuff away. Make sure closets look bigger. Touch up paint, deep clean. If it's spring or summer, mow the yard. That whole curb appeal is very important. Trim the bushes, power wash. And then the bigger things would probably be just service the HVAC system or your chimney. Make sure the roof is inspected so that you don't have any surprises that may, deter the buyer from moving forward and purchasing your home.
All right. So if people need more information on really things that they want to do to sell their home, they really need to give you a call.
Oh, absolutely. Every person is different. Every home is different. Everybody's motivation is different. So, if you want to sell your home as is, I have investors that are totally fine with purchasing homes that are falling apart. If you just want to not paint or not put a new roof on or not update the HVAC system, you have those people in between. Some are investors and some are just buyers that can do the work. And then you have people like me that I know nothing. I don't know how to take care of a whole lot of anything, right? So I have to call people for help. And so I would prefer a turnkey property where I can just walk in. I don't have to worry about things. Just knowing that everything's taken care of.
Okay. What makes Sue Peters at DRG different from other agents and other agencies?
I really take care of my clients from the very beginning, from the pre-approval process all the way to the end, not just at closing, but even after closing. I have a lot of people call me that say, hey, I need somebody for plumbing, or I'm going to finish the basement, or now I need a roof. Or something simple, just as painting. I'm a terrible painter. I hire somebody to paint. So just those little things that keep you involved with someone, not just during the 30 to 45 days that you're under contract, but I think the relationship afterward is very important.
What are some of the top 5 questions that you get from people looking to buy a new home?
I honestly think that anytime is a good time to buy. Now is a good time to buy, just simply because if you wait a year, and you get a lot of people that say, "Oh, I'll wait till next year, maybe, when the market's better or rates or whatever," then you miss out on that $300,000 house. Typically, most areas in in let's say just St. Charles County go up from 4 to 6% per year. So that $300,000 house is now a $312,000 house next year. So unless you're going to save more than $12,000, you're really not saving any money.
And there's lots of documents that go into that contract. And I
Yes.
know that you can do the ins and outs and line
I
by
can talk
line
about
and
it
explain
forever.
people. Yeah, explain to people what each line means. If you wanted to sell your house, should you wait or should you do it now?
Tricky answer to that. So each person, again, is different. But a lot of people think they have to wait till the spring market to get the most for their house. And that's not necessarily true. So in the spring, you have a lot more competition. You have a lot more people putting their homes on the market. So it just depends. We can go over the pros and cons of both. And that way we can come up with a plan when the best time is for that particular person with, a $300,000 house versus $1 million house. Totally different areas. But anyway, the biggest thing is the competition. Do you want to be the only one on the market in that price range, or do you want to have 100 other people that you're competing against
Right.
with all of the buyers? So
What would you say are some of buyers and sellers' biggest fears about purchasing a home or selling their home?
as far as buyers go, they just don't know where to start often. I have a lot of first time home buyers, even people that have been in their home 20 years. They just don't know where to start, and that's their biggest fear. They don't want to have to sell their house and be homeless. I don't want to leave them homeless, so it's a whole strategy of how to get them into one home and out of another with everything running smoothly. But as far as the buyers part of how much can I afford again, how much do I have to put down, and their time frame. They just need a time frame or end goal. If they have to be out of an apartment in a particular time, then when should we start? Um, so each individual is really, really different, and it's best just to call me, and I can set up a one-on-one with myself and lending and things like that. As far as sellers go, again, they don't want to be homeless. How am I going to sell my house and find something that I like in the same time? Um, and then how am I going to move everything in one day?
Yeah.
That's a lot. I get it. I've done it.
Yeah.
It's not fun, but we really keep them tied with our vendors and our movers and our house cleaners, and to get everything done step by step in a timely manner with the least amount of stress on them.
Yeah. And then that's the biggest thing. I mean, everybody always says that buying a house is the most stressful thing that you'll ever do in your life. But my experience working with you as a lender and not only with your agency has always been the client always feels like this was easy. This was like the easiest thing I've ever done. So I think that's what makes you an expert, and just working with you in general will help people.
The end goal for all of us, whether you're a lender, whether you're a real estate agent, on the inspection side, one of the vendors that we refer, title company, all of that, we just want to make the buyers and sellers happy. That's what's most important. And it's a big investment. It's one of the biggest investments that you'll ever make. So it's definitely important to have somebody on your side and have somebody that you trust and have somebody with experience.
All right, Sue, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for just giving us all the insight about your business and how you can help your buyers and sellers just get the best experience possible. Again, thank you for joining me and have a great day.